Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We play to win. Let's go!
They're 180, 190.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, defense.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Check 12. Recon, 132 fighter.
On second down, Kamara. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Tighten up.
Murray. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Toss play, Kamara. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
All day, defense, all day.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs...
Mike,
Hey, Brown 80.
check, Mike 42.
Check.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Rivers on the money, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
The Packers' 6-yard line.
A give to Kamara running right. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. The kick by Lutz is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And right away, he lost the football. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A gain of 15.
Check, 47. Here we go. Watch the safety creep.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 41-yard line.
47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
On second and 11 now. Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Slam. Load it. Turn up. Kill.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A nice run on 1st down gets them 6 yards to the 31. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Rodgers. Bryant has it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
And a Packer 1st down.
We need 18.
I know he ain't got it. SOS.
Run right.
SOS. Kill. Switch.
They'll run on 1st down. Howard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
We need
46-yard line.
Check back 50. Watch the back.
We need 10.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
We need 18.
47. Here we go. Watch the eye.
Jump. Jump out.
47 Mike.
Bravo. We are going. We need to get
Rodgers now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
49. Check 49.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
You gonna see me and your nightmare. 47's the mic. Brilliant.
Hey, Zoo.
Check.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big play there out of Kamara, 42 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 2nd and 10. Rivers, that's caught. It's Thomas. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 22 yards there, a first down.
Hey, bro, 80.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
They'll run. This is Kamara. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch QB jump. Watch QB jump.
And this will be a jet sweep. Here's Thomas with it. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lutz puts this one through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on first down. On first down, Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Von Bell. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. To throw on 2nd and 6, Rivers. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
190. 58, the mark. We own this. Red. Load it. Hey, orbit. 58.
First down, Rivers. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tyrell Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here comes Grant on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
Brings up third down.
180, round 80. 36. Hey, I'm coming. Hey, downtown. Smooth. 36 to Mike. Hey. Mike, 36. Mike, 36. Here we go.
3rd and long for Rivers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 30 yards.
18.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Check 24, check 24. Hatch it.
Hey, check 26. Hey, Alpha.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch twins. Check three.
Wide left. Watch the shot.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And Adams has it. Complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers get a score closer.
Who that? Check right. Bang.
61. Matchbox.
Rodgers to throw once more. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Saints take over.
Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check. Red Delta. Hey, Foxtrot. Behind.
The busy night continues for Kamara. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop.
Hey, 79! 79!
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They will run with Grant. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Easy, easy.
From the gun, Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Second 90, set 180.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one. But this time they get him behind the line.
Adrian Amos on the tackle. He's brought down back at the 16-yard line.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now a give right side. It's Grant. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They go back to Grant. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go again. Here we go again. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Go.
Right left. Check. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Now it's Rodgers. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Go. Check.
1-5-4.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And a loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Ready. 390. Keep it skinny.
Watch the screen.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Corey Grant, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw is Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
First down, Packers.
258.
50, Mike, 50. Come on, D.
Get 300. Get 300. 258.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught by Bryant. Touchdown, Packers. Des Bryant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Now the extra point. And that'll make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And now a carry here for their fullback. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And they'll try and burn some clock with a sneak. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The sneak good for 2, but it's still going to set up a 3rd down. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. It'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought 2 words for this ball game: methodical and predictable, and both of them came together.
So for the Saints, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall.